when it's the result of a traumatic injury, it not only affects the individual involved, but it affects the entire family. And a lot of families break under that pressure. You can only do it for so long. You can, no matter how much you love somebody, you can only give so much of yourself before you yourself break. And, I'm very familiar with that because it put a tremendous amount of stress on my family and really just kind of disrupted everyone's lives.
But balance has been a huge issue. Speed, physically and also now mentally. Her challenge is in school is recall is not quick, and speed in processing is not at the average second grader speed. She has an aide, and she's there to say the directions again for Amanda. She's there to restate anything that the teacher is doing. In the beginning of this year and definitely last year, she was there because Amanda's balance was off, so she was knocking into things. So it was more of a protection physically for Amanda. Now it's not the physical protection, but it's emotional and cognitive support.
I ended up changing careers and eventually did learn how to cope and compensate, and started earning a good living. And then I was in the second car accident, and being 19 years older, it's harder to deal with things like that. And so at this point in my life, I've been forced to retire as far as earning a living is concerned, with seizures and ADD and cognitive function problems, memory problems. It was just too stressful.
And during this struggle, I was determined to walk. But the more I walked and the more I used my muscles, the more I fell down after that. So I was a continuous struggle with going through therapy. Okay, now I can walk a little bit. As soon as I started using the muscles more, I can. So the best thing was when I was doing therapy in the water, aqua therapy. That was the only time I've been without pain. So I've been in 24 hours of pain 7 days a week since 1991.
You always had your cliques, and certain groups hang out with certain groups. Well, once you break your neck and you become, paralyzed from the chest down and as disabled as many people become during traumatic injury, they're immediately incorporated into the disabled world. So they're automatically part of a new group.
Well, I cannot attend college and I cannot work, and it's very hard for me to see people my age or people younger than me pursue the things I could never do. For instance, my sister is at U of M and I cannot go anywhere. Don't take things for granted like I used to. I used to take for granted how easy it was to read a book, to memorize a book, but now I read a sentence and it's hard for me to remember what the sentence stated. So realize how important things are in life and not take them easily for granted. Walking is, yes, a lot of things that are easy to an average Joe are not as easy to a person with brain injury, so don't take anything for granted any longer.